Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reaction show to Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Right, before we go any further, I would just like to say, Silver One, we see you in the chat. Don't be so bitter. Paddy Silk, we see you in the chat. I hope you enjoyed your day, big man. Football United TV, Dave, I know you can't wait, mate. Kings of Football Show, congratulations on the win. Well done as much as it pains me. Well deserved. Maybe not 3-2 would not have been fair, but you were more effective than us. Thanks, mate. Right, I've read those. I've done my gloating a bit. Rebel, how are ya?
Not too bad at all, Mr. B. Can you just say that scoreline again? Remind me one more time.
Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1.
Oh, drink it in, man. Drink it in. Nom, 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 nom.
Omundi, it seems like I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing?
Yeah, it's Mr. B, isn't it? Yeah. You know what? Now, Mr. B, you were part of one of the best days in a long time in my life. We've got to rejoice. We've got to celebrate good things in life, you know. And it's my sister's birthday as well today. Big up, Aisha. Love you. And yeah, I've just had a wonderful day being around two sets of family. My Man United Agenda family and you, Pat, last week with the Man United Agenda. Looking forward to Rebel popping over as well. And also with my real family as well. And Eddie, you're part of the family as well. You're here as well. So it's a wonderful day. It's a cause for celebration. Beautiful performance. We're on the up. It's, you know, it's great for the channel as well because we're all smiling. We get together. We were hugging. We were laughing. We were cussing. You know, oh God, it all happened today. So I'm glad, Mr. B, you're at home now. You can put your feet up and really savor it and take it all in. And this show is going to be lit. Trust me.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Pat, how are you?
Lads, it couldn't be better. Could not be better. In the famous words of Reverend Omundi Juma there, hallelujah, praise the tag, and Christian Eriksen and his wonderful Crocs he wore at the end of the TV show. Oh, man. I'd be like that in my bed tonight sleeping. My missus is going to think there's something wrong with me, even more than usual.
Eddie,
oh, I can't stop smiling.
how are you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just feeling like the rest of you guys are feeling. You know, I'm just still drinking in the result that we had earlier, and I'm just thinking back to last season, the PTSD that we had from just the trauma that we had from last season, and now we're on like a good run. We see the foundation being built up, so it's just good to be happy for a change. You know, on these reaction shows. So yeah, man, looking forward to getting into it, man. Thanks for having me on.
That's no
Big up, Eddie.
Solo, big boss man. We see you in the chat. Sorry that you couldn't be with us, but don't worry, man. We'll take over the reins for you more than well enough. Guys, fucking fly. What the hell? Sorry. The lineup. What did you guys think of the lineup? Was there anything that you would have changed? Anything you were unhappy with?
Shocked.
That.
I couldn't believe Antony started.
Yeah.
Really?
I couldn't believe he started. That goes to show how much Erik ten Hag speaks volumes of this man. He just let him straight into that squad.
Yeah, because it was a big game as well, so I thought maybe you might ease him in to maybe
nothing to do with Antony.
Game.
Yeah, nothing to do with Antony. Nothing to do with the player. Just the fact that he was brought straight into the squad, and I think his performance proved Erik ten Hag right and why he wanted to put him straight in. Like he's better bringing in Casemiro, and Casemiro's still sitting on the bench, and we all know how good that fella is. So he's in the bedding in period. But Antony straight away, boom, no questions asked. I can now start to get the feeling why Eric Ten Hag was sitting in the dressing room and your man Arnold will come back down to him and go, they want another 10 million Ajax. He'd be like, I don't get them. Get him. Oh no, another 10 million. Get him. Don't care. Get him. You can see why Eric Ten Hag spent all that money and would not stop till he got his man. And the fact that he put him straight into the squad, well, it was well, I couldn't get over how well he played. Everything about him today.
Eddie.
Yeah. I was just going to say
Shot
that on Antony, I'm not getting too giddy yet. Obviously, great debut, getting a goal. But obviously, we want to see, a long run of form. Obviously, first season he's got a bed in, but for that money, he's gonna have confidence now. So I'm hoping we're going to see some dribbling as well. That's what we bought a winger for goals and to see dribbling, set up some goals as well. I've got to go back to the Casemiro point. I thought he would be ready to start. And come on, if we're looking at career-wise, like who's better, it's Casemiro. I mean, he's a Champions League winner just from last season. So I was hoping he would start. But McTominay's turning on some form, and I was hating on McTominay. I'm going to be honest. We've seen how inconsistent he can be, especially last season. It was bad. But if he's stepping up now, okay, stay in the team, handle your business. He was tackling all day. So in terms of the lineup, I think obviously Ten Hag got it right.
Omundi.
Yeah. The lineup. He only made one change. He's been playing the same lineup for the last few games now. We've been successful. He dropped Elanga. Well done, Elanga. Everyone knows Elanga's probably not at that level yet. We spent a lot of money on Antony. I was surprised he brought him in. He said in the press conference a couple of days ago, I think it was on a Thursday or Friday, he was asked, will you be playing Antony? He said he's going to have a look at him over the next couple of days and training in the sessions. And obviously he's made a decision to play him, which turned out to be genius in the end. What a debut. I mean, when you have a player like that, for that sort of price of money, there's always that sort of a heavy tag on his head, isn't there? About, is he going to perform? People are waiting for him to fail. And to have a debut like that is inspirational, and good luck to him at Manchester United and his career at Manchester United, because he showed me a few things during the game, character-wise, that said to me, this guy's got some bite in him, as well as the talent that he's got as well. And he gives us a lovely balance on the right-hand side. So something we've needed. I think he's not, people talk about dribbling past people. Yeah, that's great. But he's a team player, and he creates a lot of space for other people, like that little backflip he did for Dalot. He drew two players in. He would attract, defenders like flies to Dudu. That's how he is. That's how good he is. So I was really pleased with the lineup. Not too much tinkering with. And I like to agree with Eddie, because me and Eddie are usually on the same page, but he's right about McTominay and Eriksen. Those two are really hard to remove. They become, the dynamic duo in the midfield. Absolute awesome performance by both of them, with Eriksen just being out of this world. And I have been practicing my wall ball with my left foot all night. And I think, I'm ready for next Sunday for my Sunday league. But honestly, Mr. B, I shared the day with you. It was wonderful. It was memorable, historic. I mean, we never forget this. It was really, I'm just over the moon. The lineup was perfect. The manager's done. It's just, he can't do anything wrong for me right now. So overall, very happy with the lineup as it proved with the result.
Rebel.
Yeah.
Lineup.
I have to say, I think that back four and the keeper spots are nearly on lockdown at the moment, the way that they're playing. I don't think we've had anything bad to say about them trying to assume their positions. The case for Casemiro, obviously 70 million of a transfer, you would have expected at this stage that he would be getting into that starting lineup, but it would have been unfair to drop McTominay or Eriksen on the way that they've been playing. So I think it's more of a case of circumstances dictating that the lineup remains. But I guarantee you we will see plenty of that man during the season. Antony, what can I not say about Antony? The man is just samba fucking tastic, because when I looked at him, the way he was, just the confidence that he was attacking on the wing, it reminded me of when a younger version of Cristiano first arrived at Manchester United. He just did not give a hooch. He was going to do his thing, and he was going to make you look stupid if he could. But I think it was a nice surprise to see him start from the front. But I think, a lot is being made about whether or not a new signing starts or not. But if they're going to appear on that match day, it's more a question of the number of minutes that they're capable of putting in. And I'd imagine Ten Hag was saying, right, let's just bear in mind, he hasn't played for Ajax because he was on strike. He hasn't done the training with the team that he needs to have done. So let's get him out there. Let's see how long he lasts. And when I need to sub him, I need to sub him.
Can I say something? Ask you guys a question about that. Obviously, we were saying, Pat, you said you were surprised, Mehdi, that Antony started. Because we've been defensively sound and offensively we've actually been weaker. It's been the weaker part of the two. If we were maybe leaking goals, maybe Casemiro would have been the one coming in. But because that part of the team was set, and you could see that we needed something else. I mean, Antony replaced Elanga. That's already a 40%, 50% upgrade on the position that Alanga's already playing in. So I think offensively we needed. I'm just wondering if defensively we were conceding the goals and McTominay probably wasn't stepping up to the plate. Maybe Casemiro would have been earlier. What you guys reckon?
Go ahead, Rebel.
I'm just looking there at the stats between the last two games. In both games, we managed 9 in the first game and 10 goal attempts in the second game. But the shots on goal, the ones that were on target, went from 2 to 6. So there was an automatic increase in productivity on shots and target. And I believe Antony had 4 of those.
Antony, Elanga, Casemiro, McTominay. Elanga's applying his trade, and he's doing a good job of it. He's not by any means the finished product, and he's learning this trade. He's going to get better. But when you have someone like Antony, as Mr. B said, he levels up. Now, the difference between Casemiro and Scott McTominay is Casemiro is by far good enough to play in that midfield. We all know that. But did anybody see the challenge Scott McTominay put on Jesus after 5 minutes? Like if Casemiro's sitting on the sideline watching that, he's probably saying to himself, I'm never going to get a game. He kicked Jesus up in the air and he went down and held his mouth. I don't know what part of his mouth he was holding that. The horse was kicking the ankle. But like that challenge took out for me with Scott McTominay. He was excellent. There was a header in the second half. Scott McTominay was behind Varane again. Boom, out for the header. This is the third game in a row he's done that. And I can see why Bad Time has an absolute bronze statue made of Scott McTominay out his back garden, because there's a reason why Scott McTominay is keeping Casemiro out, and there's a reason why Antony's in over Elanga, because Elanga is only young, learning this trade, and McTominay is just playing the best football of his career at the moment. And that's the reason why Casemiro is going to have to work that little bit harder to get into the team.
Yeah, I just got to say, in terms of like us being like defensive, I heard Rebel's point on the shots going up a little bit. It still is predominantly like counter-attack that we're doing. Like you can see that Arsenal did have a lot of that game in terms of pressing us back, and we're not seeing the pressing, which is a fundamental thing of Ten Hag's football. But obviously, we understand, and most of us understand that he's got to get the foundation of the defense right. And after that start as well that we had to the season, I mean, the worst start since 1921. I mean, I understand, he's got to get these kind of pragmatic performances to get safe results. So, I hope the attacks on goal keep increasing, like Rebel was alluding to. And, man, we've got Antony there now, so and Sancho on the wings. It's just that, kind of need that striker still. I mean, Rashford, we're going to get into his performance, but he did do well today with his goal and 2 assists. But obviously, going forward,
2 goals,
and
1 assist.
2 goals, 1 assist. I keep messing that up. Yeah, but anyway, that's 3. I should just say 3 goal involvements. That's easier for me to remember. Yeah. So going forward, I want to see more progression, but obviously, I'm going to be patient. And just, if we're getting the results for now, you can't argue with it, really. So yeah.
Just to back up and the point just made there, Arsenal had 68% possession in the second half.
Wow.
Yeah, they were chasing the game. We were waiting for them. We had set up to count and to set them on the count. We had something to defend, and that's what we did. I don't care about. I keep telling man, I like possession. But if we have 2% possession and win the game 2-0, I don't give a flying toss. I'll be honest, I don't. You know what I mean? It's shots on goal and goal involved, those type of things that I'm interested. And pass the ball around all day, great. But if you can't shoot or you're not making penetration with your passing, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, Omundi, could you just go through some of these messages before we talk about Arsenal's disallowed goal?
So obviously, Tony Silverfox, Arsenal fan, he's still crying, but he's saying we're top of the league. You never sing that. 20 league titles doesn't suggest that. Football United TV, Matty, how you doing? I want to say hi to Dave. He says, I can't wait. Paddy's in the house as well. As we all know, Paddy went to the game today. So he's, 3-1, he's saying, we served you fellas. And he's on his way back now. And he said Antony was class. Obviously, he's seen him firsthand, like our man SHAH and Andy Tate as well, who's coming on tomorrow. He was at the game as well. So Gavin Ward, good evening. How you doing, Gavin? He's happy. Robbie Norman's happy as well. Still got a lot to do, but we're on the right track, he says. There's a tune, isn't there? I'm on the right track. And there ain't no turning back. Reggae tune, yes. Box is saying Maguire steadied the ship. I don't know if he's joking. I want to say hi to Huddersfield Town FC, Fan TV. Check out the channel. Big up to you guys. I hope you're doing well. He says hello to everybody. Gavin Ward said he liked anti-celebrations. We've not seen that a player celebrate like that for ages. I want to see the passion in others too. Matthew Bassett's here. He's saying big up everyone in the chat. We know Matthew Bassett is one of our own. You see him on Friday nights. MUFC saying, come on, glory, glory, Man United. Just telling, saying, I told Ronaldo will stay with United. He stayed, and I told before Man United will have a winning streak and have it now. And I tell you now, they will make top four for sure. So he's told us. Want to say hi to Full Time Sports Network. That's our sister channel, doing great things at the moment. Make sure you subscribe to them, guys. Say drinking this result in, folks. And James Wright is here. Hi, James Wright. How you doing? He says, fair play, guys. You guys were really clinical today. You had very good structure. Was a great game overall. Looking forward to getting revenge at the Emirates. Good luck for the rest of the season. That's a nice message from an Arsenal fan. Box is saying Ronaldo makes big impacts from the bench. He presses, has energy, wins headers, plays killer balls. Want to say good evening to the wonderful FC United Forever. How you doing, girl? Hope you're well. And she's comparing Eddie to Mr. T. Box is saying in the 50th to 65 minute against Leicester and Arsenal, we kind of dipped. And then the subs came on and refreshed it. So Ronaldo and Casemiro, Fred. And so we ended up finishing strong. Want to say hi, also Emma here is finally saying we have built the squad for counterattacks. And Arteta puts on more for their attacks. A bit weird that. And FC United forever saying in the Urban Cookie Collective, Gaff tonight, we got Cookie B, Ribs, Papa Smurfy, Urban K, and Mr. T times 2. So that's you, Mr. B. Also, school prediction we had from Rich Sports earlier. Rich Sports, go and check him out. If you want late night, Man United, great content, check him out. Rich Sports, big up to you, man. You must be skinny teat as well. So there's the guys in the comments. Thanks, everybody.
I think we might have lost Mr. B, so I'll move us on to the next topic until he comes back.
Before you do, I just want to say, look, thank you very much to Matthew Bassett. He's dropped £5 in. He's saying this result shows we're on the right trajectory. Big up everyone on the watch along earlier today. Thank you so much, Matthew Bassett.
Cheers, Matty.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for that, Matty. Much appreciated. So the matter of the offside goal, it's been something of controversy amongst Arsenal fans. I've seen the salt in their eyes on Twitter, and I've seen the Army TV, our sister channel, mention it multiple times. They believe the goal should have stood. But I'm going to ask Eddie, you first. I'm going to ask you what you thought of the situation. Obviously, on replay, it showed that he never touched the ball, and when you're putting yourself in that position, you're obviously making the ref make a decision.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? First of all, I've got like two family members that support Arsenal, right? And it was my cousin that was really moaning about that that disallowed goal. He left me a voice message just talking about all the different angles of it, trying to analyze how Eriksen may have dived and everything. but the referee went and looked at the camera, right? We all saw it. He looked at maybe 10 different angles, maybe for like 20 times. We could see it. Like I saw at least the connection from, I think it was Odegaard that fouled him, right? That fouled Eriksen, wasn't it? Yeah.
Correct.
He touched Eriksen with his waist and kicked Eriksen's foot. That's two moments of contact there. Yeah. And as professionals, we see when there's contact, some people, you know, technically, if you're getting contact off the ball, it's a foul. It's a foul. Even when I saw it first time I saw it, I said foul. I said foul because he's not connected with the ball as well. So Arsenal fans can cry about it, yeah. But VAR is there. Referees looked at it a billion times. It was a definite foul, and yeah, the goal should have been disallowed. So I think it was justice. Yeah, that's what I got to say on that.
I missed all of it, so you lot keep talking.
I just think you need to dry our eyes. Like Odegaard was only short of putting two hands around Eriksen's neck with Saka standing in front of him. Odegaard didn't even need to do anything. Saka was standing right in front of him. He could have just let Saka make the challenge. But yeah, he decides to swing out of him. So it's their own fault. No one else to blame but themselves.
Yeah, actually, I think back at the studio they were mentioning Roy Keane and I think it was Jimmy Floyd saying that back in their day this would never have been a foul, and they were alluding to how the game has lost some physicality. But again, I suppose when it comes down to it, if you direct the ref to the monitor, he's going to look at that every which way, isn't he, Monday?
I can't believe they said that. I mean, it gets to the point, it's like, oh, back in our day, we would play with a broken neck, we would run it off, that kind of thing. Come on. Get over yourselves, guys. That was a foul. You got to be, look, it's art. Football is an art. It's such a deep, great game. The best sport in the world, in my opinion. And you've got to be able to use your body in certain things. We had a guy in Jesus, and I'm giving him credit here. He's not like Shearer. He's not like Duncan Ferguson, but he's more of a nuisance. He's almost as good as a nuisance as them. Hold up play was brilliant. And he gets in your eyes, scratches your eyes out. He claws you. He gets his body in play. And he knows how to use himself to draw fouls and his hold-up play. I just think it's unbelievable for someone his size and frame. And the same applies to Eriksen. Eriksen saw the man come in. He got in front of the ball and he drew a foul. And it was clearly a foul. I don't think there's any reason, because you always need something to moan about. Say, oh, well, if that was a foul, we've been cheated. It's your ref. He's a Man United fan. All this kind of thing. Stop it. Behave yourselves. This is a foul in football. We can get technical with it. It's a foul. You can watch it in live play. Everyone called foul. You know, that's what it is. You get your body, you use your intelligence, and you get your body in front of the ball, and you get that contact, and the guy didn't even touch the ball. And, it's not like he even went down or dived. The guy ran into him, and he shielded it well, and that was a clear foul. You can't. The thing is, you go for the ball. If you go and get the ball, granted, then that's a good tackle. But you don't go through the man first. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the rules. And no matter how you look at it, that's how it is. So Roy Keane, you're coming out and say, yeah, in my day. Hush your mouth, man, because it's not your day anymore. And the sport remains the same. The rule hasn't changed that much. And I'm sure I've seen Roy Keane taking fouls like that as well, getting his body in the way and going down. So stop that talk. Like some myth thing back in the day, legends and all this kind of thing. Used to breathe fire and didn't wear gloves or whatever. Stop it, man. This was a foul in any go back to 1906 or 1884, whatever. It's always going to be a foul. This is the laws of the game. So stop. I'm getting fed up with things like that.
Just by way of passing control back to Mr. B, I'm going to ask him for his views on this comment by Gavin. He's saying that, to be fair to Arsenal fans, that VAR shouldn't be sorting out these type of tackles, that the ref should be making a real-time decision. What do you think of that? And then, obviously, control back to you, buddy.
Look, if it costs us, then I want VAR to be right or wrong. I want every VAR decision that's made to be in our favour. Today it did. The example I do have, which came to mind, was Son played for Tottenham and he got fouled somewhere on the halfway line. We went on and scored and he rolled about for ages, and they actually disallowed a perfectly good goal for us. So it swings and these things happen. I'm not going to say swings and roundabouts and it levels itself up, because it doesn't. Some teams get a lot more than others. It was a foul. The ref didn't see it. VAR saw it. End of argument. End of argument. No issue. The fact that that is what certain fans are clinging to as to why they think they lost the game, it makes the decision even sweeter. Let that be their mantra for all of their shows, all of their disagreements. They have to understand we scored 3 goals. They only scored 1. So it doesn't make any difference. It wasn't close. The scoreline wasn't close. So it's not a thing where, oh, this decision cost us the game. It might have cost you 1 goal, which would have given you another one. But the way that we were playing and the way that I feel the confidence is at the moment, and the way that we know Arsenal, when they're confident, they're confident. As soon as they lose, Arsenal probably gonna go on a 5-game losing run now, because that's the mentality that the club have. You know what I mean? I don't see. I'm glad that they went on their 5-game. I'm glad that their fans had all of this hype and all of this bluster that they were going to go 6. But now I'm hearing, okay, we don't mind losing the game. We're still top of the league. We can't say that. That's absolutely fine. It's a marathon and not a sprint at the end of the day. So if you're up there like Leicester were all the way until the last day of the season and you finish 5th, you can take your top spot. But at the end of the day, it's where you finish at the end and not where you start at the beginning. So we had our rough patch. I expect it to be so much more bumpy, so much more issues and headaches to be going on in the game. But right now, this is something that we should enjoy. You know, we were confident before the game.
Can I just say on the back of that? Sorry, can I say on the back of that real quick? Because I love the idea of Arsenal just bottling it now and going on a 5-game run or just not winning. Like, I hope those players, not just the fans, keep that disallowed goal in their minds and think that they've been unjustly done. I hope that psychology wrecks them, because I want to see the return of Banter FC, where we can be laughing at Arsenal again. I want those days back, man. It was pure comedy. Come on. I hope they fall apart now.
First half thoughts, gentlemen. 33 of you guys in the chat. Please, if you are new to the channel, please hit the like button. Please hit the start again. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're not and you've been here before, hit the like button. Now, first half thoughts. The floor's open. Omundi, I'm going to be honest. I don't really remember much about the first half. I remember the goals, and I don't remember much about the second half. I remember the goals. So, guys, this is open to you guys. First half thoughts. Oh God, I see a big piece of paper there from Pat. I'm gonna start with Rebel.
Yeah, my bit is actually short and sweet. I think what impressed me most was the tempo that the game started at out of the gate. It was going hammer and tongs for about 20 minutes at an unsustainable pace. Both teams were up and down like March hares, and it was absolutely wonderful to watch. The exchanges between offense and defense. There was a bit of everything for every walk of football fan there, because I know Omundi loves the crunching tackles, especially when it's Martinez involved, his new favourite central defender. But for me, though, what I noticed more than anything in the first half is a bit like the defence has been doing for the last couple of games. We started seeing, recognition for attempts at getting players through. We see them kind of slapping each other on the back in the forward ranks now as well. They seem to have built a team ethos. And to quote a Liverpool fan that I watched a video reacting to the game today, it looks like they actually give a rat's arse about the team and the badge this season, which for them is something rather scary. And if you looked at the goal that we scored, we got on with a good advantage that the referee gave, and we moved the ball quickly. And Antony came through, cool as like, back of the net.
I just say, like, as well, like on Antony, like the way he celebrated, I forgot. I think it was Pat was mentioning the way he celebrated. I forgot he was mentioning it, but he looked like he was going to rip the badge off of his shirt at one point. Like,
he's like Gary Neville, Brazilian Gary Neville. Do you remember that?
Yeah. So in terms of like the first half, the highlights, really, I only managed to get to watch the game after the 15th minute, so I missed like the high pace of the game, because from what I saw, it was like Man United were sitting in quite a bit and then doing the counter attack. And yeah, I've already talked about how it's necessary for this period of time to just be getting in those safe results, if you will. So Yeah, I would like to see Man United get more of like, what do you call it, more of that onus on possession to going forward. But yeah, they did well. Like in terms of defending, like Varane and Martinez, that partnership is just going from level to level. That chemistry there, and I'm trying to think of any mistakes that they're making. They're not really making mistakes. Maybe they're getting dragged out of position, or one person has to go with Gabriel, but the other defender is covering. Like
question. You're saying they didn't make any mistakes.
I'm trying to think. That obviously
for their goal, it was a Varane pass into. Because Omundi, you picked it up as well because you were going nuts.
It was Jesus coming in. See, what happened on that goal was Jesus came around the other side of Varane, and Varane let Jesus get goal side. But Varane, I think it was Varane put the challenge in, and then the ball came back out to Saka. Now it just fell to Saka. Jesus didn't mean for it to come to Saka. But the problem was Malacia just took it for granted that Varane and Martinez had this sewn up, but the ball came back out. So Malacia was too far away from Saka, and Martinez was just too far in front behind Saka, and the Saka had all the time in the world and just slotted it home. So there was mistakes, all right. But
yeah, so that's a big one there. But if we put it in the context of like the form that Man United have had, like in the four wins, right? We can only really look at that mistake as a big one. That I think that's pretty good for top defenders, because come on, we look at other teams like Man City will sometimes make that mistake once in 4 games. So I think that's good. That's pretty much the only big mistake that they're making. Yeah. So the defense was good in that first half. Gabriel, I mean, I don't. Was it Jesus? I don't think he had like any shots in that first half. Did he? I didn't really remember anything that he did. I only remember Martinelli getting that header, which De Gea saved. So the defense did well to lock out Arsenal in that first half. So yeah, that's my view on the first half, really.
Rebel, sitting there silently, still silent, yeah.
okay.
That is, I forgot to hit the unmute button. I was there nattering away. No, to add to my point, I suppose, from the earlier first half ones that I've already done, I suppose, in fairness, Jesus did get at us a bit, and I thought he was definitely a live wire and definitely seemed most likely to score from the way that they set out. Martinelli seems to be the key to the lock that is Jesus, because every time that Arsenal seem to be going forward and getting involved, they seem to be both at it together. So they're definitely doing something right in their link-up play. But I think for me, you know, at the end of the first half, we deserve to go in there up 1-0 and to build from it. I suppose where the concern starts and where the is in the second half. But I think Pat wants to give us a bit on the first half first.
Look, I thought we played very well. It wasn't an excellent, polished first halfers, but Arsenal played very well in the first half. I liked the way Arsenal kept coming down that left flank. Sorry, you kept coming down the right flank with Saka. Welcome to the Premiership. Malacia got today played against Saka, because that was a testing performance for him. And Malacia didn't have a bad game. It's just going to be a learning performance playing against Saka like that today, because Saka schooled him a couple of times today. But as Rebel
went of him as well.
Yeah, and what Rebel alluded to there, Martinelli. Martinelli played very well today. And what else he tried to do with Martinelli was he kept trying to get Martinelli to play further out on the left and get our defence to break the shape and get Disallowed to go out to him. But the partnership between Disallowed and Varane, there's so many partnerships in that team I'm seeing blossom at the moment, besides McTominay and Eriksen, Martinez and Malacia, Varane and Disallowed. They're doing very well together. You can see that Disallowed is not making them silly challenges where he's running out at them and leaving us exposed. Varane is saying, come in here, stay tight. And he's letting Martinelli come in and then he's stepping out to him. So I thought Scott McTominay was great. I got this from Troy Deeney years ago. Troy Deeney said once, he says, when we're playing against someone like Arsenal, and I think it was Arsenal, he said it, we like to go in and put the boot in the first 5 minutes and let them know who's in charge. And that was exactly what Scott McTominay did. Because I say Jesus' head is still spinning, you know, because his head was spinning even though he got a kick in the ankle. But what I liked from Antony in the first half was, unfortunately, we didn't get a goal from it. but he held off 2 defenders on that right-hand side of the pitch.
They did
Played the ball back to Dellow.
heel.
Played it back to Dellow. Dellow whips it in, and unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be for Eriksen. That was the only mistake I think Eriksen made all day. But the first half, we done well. Arsenal were a better team, I think. But we were so much better in the second half than the first half. But there's some excellent performances from Manchester United players in that first half.
As everybody spoke, had their chat on the first half. I think they have. Good.
Omundi Juma
Monday.
in the corner
Let's
there.
go, man. Let me hear you.
Okay, I said it before about the first half and the second half combined. I think we were a better team overall. You can say about Arsenal, what were they good at? They're good at. We said it, we knew this before the game. They're good at progressing the ball. Their goalkeeper was really good at progressing distribution. His distribution day was fantastic. Jesus, as we mentioned, he's really sort of impressed me. He's a beast out there with his frame. I'm surprised how strong and wiry he is, and he clawing out defenders' eyes and that kind of thing. He's a beast, and I really rate him and I respect him. I respect Arsenal Football Club, but they're not better than us. This is what we have to learn. This is why we were so confident before the game. They're not better than us because they got one way of playing, and if you can manage that, which we proved against the most potent team in Liverpool, that we can soak up phases of play against them, then I was so confident we could deal with Arsenal as well because they got one way of playing. Granted, they're very good at it. So in the first half, I was really surprised. Remember we were watching, we said it's like the first 15 minutes, it was we were playing football in their half and pretty football. We showed a little hint of this in the last game as well. We had little phases of play where we were just popping the ball about nice and crisp and fast, and we played football in their half, and something I'd love to see because it's been very rare last couple of years. So that's impressed me. They got back in the game until about 25, 30 minutes or something. And naturally, and this is why we're the better team then, because when they got back in play, we didn't falter. We didn't panic because there's different phases of play that we're used to. We're comfortable of sitting on the back foot, playing a low block and keeping it tight. It was beautiful watching the way we were able to sort of set up our shape and deal with them and say, come on, show us what you got. And really and truly, they're such a talented team. They are going to create half chances, that kind of thing. But we restricted them and they had to force things. And it's only in the second half when they really made the tactical change. I'm talking about the second half now, shouldn't be. But in the second half, I'm just giving an example. He made a tactical change because he was forced, he was down to go for it. And he brought in all these 3 players at one time, took off his left back, and he thought, right, I really need to go for it. And after that, that was the sacrifice. That was the trap. So traps were set throughout the whole game. We were comfortable in each phase of play. And that's why I say we're a better team than them, better managed than them, better system than them, even though they're very good at bringing the ball. I heard Eddie say earlier about the possession and all this kind of thing. I get into arguments with people a lot about, Leicester, if you play like that against, I had Arsenal fans say to me, if you play like that you did against Leicester, against us, you're going to get whooped. I said, why? He said, they had more shots and possession than you. I said, don't talk to me again. Hang up. I don't want to talk with you ever again because you're lame out here. You don't know football. Because what does that mean? It just means that we invite you in a phase of play like Leicester, bring it on. They didn't make one chance. James Justin or whatever had one small, meanly chance, The same applied to Arsenal today. They only scored from a mistake from Varane. Varane was out of shape, and suddenly they were able to score. But when we're in shape, not a sniff.
I've got to say, I love the confidence in what we're doing now. Yeah, and I agree. Yeah, because our defense is better. We're more able to absorb pressure and tend to get results in this kind of formation that we're doing or the kind of gameplay we're doing. But this is what undid Ole because he stayed in this counter-attack kind of thing. So if we're looking to win things, I'm just talking about going forward now.
Listen, don't come on here with your miserableness, bruv.
No, I'm just talking about going forward. I just gotta say it, innit? I'm not gonna stay on it, but I'm talking about going forward. We do need to see the progression because
that's why you've got players like, but that's why he's got players like Eriksen who caress the ball with his velvet boots, left and right foot. These are why we brought these kind of players in. This is why he's reigning in Bruno and even Scott McTominay. His first touch passes are making players' feet. You understand? So I think he's getting it into them. He's getting it into them. It's just these players understanding. Before we go any further, though, 97 in the chat. I know I don't have 97 likes on here, so please hit the like button. 97 of you, if you are new, hit the subscribe button. And tell you what, don't be shy. Hit the wave button, and we will say hi. Sorry, let me carry on, guys.
There was a few minutes ago, there was 99 people in the chat, and it kind of reminded me of Arsenal had 99 problems and a win ain't one.
All week, we will be here all week with his jokes. Yes.
Oh yes, indeed. Where were we?
I've got that one more point on the on Arteta, because Omundi was bringing up a good point as well. Yeah, when he brought on the 3 subs, that looked like it disjointed the game. It looked like they opened the back door and went, okay, we can just press. When we got the 1-1, we can just press and we don't care about Ronaldo coming on. And it's almost like they forgot that Rashford was still on the pitch. It's like they thought Ronaldo came on for Rashford, and Rashford just went in through that back door, stole the result for us, man. I think Arteta has shown a little bit of naivety that he's got still as a young manager. He's still growing. Yeah.
You think he was going for the draw? He was looking for an extra goal because he was.
He's definitely going for extra goal. You see how high they pressed, right? I thought we could have got 4 or 5 at one point. The amount of runs in behind that Rashford was making, I thought we were going to embarrass them. They Arteta, it looked like he panicked and wanted to really just go for the win and just not worry about defense, and they got exposed. So yeah,
we're on here 44 minutes, lads. We still haven't spoke about the first goal.
We have.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we'll talk
have we? The build up from Eriksen to
Bruno.
Bruno taken out. Rashford.
Yeah, but these are things that we can't talk about because on Tuesday, on Monday's got his eye test. These are things that they focus on. See,
so what time is this on a Tuesday at, lads?
I'm not sure. What time's it on Monday?
Guys, 10 p.m. Tuesday night. It's all about eye test with the wonderful bath time with Vaughan. And we were going to bring to you the best, and I say the best with capital letters, the best tactical breakdown show for Manchester United on the whole of the World Wide Web. And I'm not even lying. I'm saying that with a straight face. Trust me, it's the best. Make sure you tune in, guys, and tell all your friends at home about it.
Can I just
Joan of Arc? Sorry, Joan of Arc, we see ya. United have got to back Ten Hag now. I think they backed him a slight little bit. Debt work. I don't know if I've seen you before. If I have made a mistake, welcome. It hasn't been like this for the past 4 matches. They adapted to teams. In-game management has been elite, quality, and a big improvement. Sorry.
Good comment.
I just want to say hello quickly to fellow Irish brethren Del Boy Gooner before I make the quick points I was going to make. He's calling for Miguel Arteta's head. He wanted on a spit, he wanted mounted on a pike, and he wants him gone out of the Emirates.
He's revving up that electric scooter outside the stadium at the moment. Arteta out on the back of his.
Oh, good. That's a running joke, isn't it? Right, scooter. He's going to the airport. Big up Del Boy Gunner TV. Go check them out, man.
But I just want to say briefly, I'm not actually the high point of the second half that I want to talk about is not actually a player on the pitch. No, Eriksen obviously did what he done in the second half, but the coolness of our sideline. I think this is the first time that we've seen our management team and our coaching team sitting there and doing proper reactive decision making. Anytime there was a problem, they addressed it. Like it seems like Sancho comes off on the dot of 60 odd minutes at the moment. And there's obviously a reasoning for that. The minute Ronaldo came on, all of a sudden there was a point on the attack and it gave Arsenal something else to think about. Casemiro comes in, even though he did give away the ball early doors, he calmed everyone around him because his presence has that sort of an aura that the other players around him became more relaxed, more focused, and reacted to him. We also had, who else was coming on? We had Harry Maguire. He was our fourth one, and I think he thought he was in WWE because he absolutely laid the smackdown on Jesus and funded him up so far in the air. I was trying to say, bruv, the WWE was last night. And finally, man like Fred, seeing a solo did put in a super chat and say, Actually, so it's 138 in the chat now. So please do hit the like and subscribe button. And Gaffer, we do appreciate your £4.50. That has covered my swear for today. So nice one. But
imagine he's put £4.49 in there. He could have got 3 hot wings from KFC for that. And that's loyalty. That's special to me.
That's all the change left after being in KFC, Omundi.
And man like Fred, what did he do? He put the shackles on Odegaard. And where did Odegaard go? He went off. And one interesting thing I do want to point out, and I want the views of the lads on this one, is a lot of Arsenal fans have said that Arteta panicked, that there was no business putting that high line against that counter-attacking United side, and we absolutely punished them for it. And they're saying again, Arteta naivety. And I'm going to throw that out to my learned colleagues.
He's still a rookie manager, and he's going to make these naive mistakes. When you're somebody who's used to winning, like Ten Hag is, all right, it's the Dutch league, but he knows what he's doing. I look at Antony coming in today. Speaking to SHAH earlier on, I think sure it was SHAH, he was saying that Antony was doing the drills better than most of the players at the club. Why? He knows Ten Hag's system. When he came on the pitch, Antony took up a position on the pitch where Martinez could find him. Actually, he was like a spider's web where anybody could find him. He wasn't really marked by anybody. And then what he did, he showed a little bit. And then he showed some more and came off. That's enough. That's all we need. We don't need to see everything's going to come in time. Start the game with a game. Next game, he might not score, but he'll probably have 2 assists in the next one. And then we see something else in his game. You know what I mean? Then the players now think, I mean, look, what do you think the players thought about? Jesus, he's starting straight away. Of course he's going to start straight away. The man run him down for 4 or 5 months, 3 months. Of course he's going to take, of course he's going to do that. So over the moon with Antony's performance, to be honest. Can we talk about our man of the matches? Because I think they may well be gone.
Can I throw out a name, and I think it's going to get a hallelujah from the gospel choir that's here assembled today, Eriksen.
Yeah, it
was good. I would say Rashford's a good contender as well. 3 goal involvements there, man. You know,
Eriksen's a bit controversial.
Oh, come on, Ed, fill us in. Come on.
No, I'm only joking. You're off your rocker.
But can we not have men of the match? Can we not have Rashford and Eriksen? Come on.
No, we're going to call it Eriksen of the match from now on.
Come on.
Huh?
We're going to call it Eriksen of the match from now on. He was that good. He was involved in everything.
Yeah, I just like Rashford's running as well. Like, he was causing trouble, especially to Saliba. I think Saliba underestimated like Rashford's
how quick he was
as well. You know what I mean? I think Gabriel was struggling with him a bit. I remember one replay in particular where Rashford came deep to get the ball, and Gabriel was just panicking, just trying to wrestle him, and had to make a foul as well. He was drawing fouls in. So I would say Rashford's a good contender for man of the match too. Like I said, 3 goal involvements too. I mean, he's got a lot of hate in recent times in terms of being said that he's not, you know, suited for Man United's team. So the fact that he's getting these, because he's got a few assists in previous games too. So he's starting to show up, you know. So I mean, I think ultimately we'll still need a better striker, but Rashford is putting his case forward to be in this team still. So I think he should still get shout out. If he's not man of the match, a close second at least.
Eddie.
Guys in the chat.
Eddie, you're going to have to be a bit more positive about Manchester United. You have a little bit of a 10% in you there tonight.
What I was saying there was logical. Everything was facts there.
I know. But sometimes you have to let the emotions take over, Eddie. That's all. You know?
This is what Arsenal fans do. Get too giddy. I'm just being level-headed, man. You know what I mean?
Marcus Rashford's stats for this season: 6 match appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists, 1 yellow card, and his name's not John Cena, but we do have Captain Kurt in the building. He's a new viewer to the channel.
I thought Eriksen was fantastic tonight, lads. For our first 2 goals, it started off from Eriksen to Bruno. So he's picking up the ball. He has that silky pass. He's playing it forward. Bruno knows what to do with it, and then we have the likes of Sancho and Rashford and Antony now looking for it to put it in the back of the net. He's a selfless player. You saw that for the third goal. He didn't even think twice, and he put it across the box and let Rashford get the goal. Any other striker in that team would have went for it themselves. That's just the type of player he is. Humble. Can't speak anymore about the fella. He was excellent today.
There's a message here from a newbie. I can only assume that you've got a lot of salt in your mouth, and maybe you are a gooner. But next game, Man United, you're off. You will not be happy, I assume is what he's saying. Just relax. The next game, you're finished. Well, unless you're a Crystal Palace fan or a Real Sociedad fan, because if you're an Arsenal fan, you had your chance to do us and you didn't.
Well, you see,
So
Arsenal Light is in charge of Crystal Palace, so maybe that's where he's coming from.
it could be the Vieira effect, maybe. So Theo, welcome to the channel. We appreciate your comment, but yeah, we do dig out people every now and then. Sorry, finish. Man of the matches, gentlemen.
I think Omundi's the last one to go.
Oh, sorry, yeah. It clearly for me it was Eriksen. I thought Eriksen was outstanding. This is a player with so much talent. I keep saying it. Dennis Bergkamp, when he was coaching at Ajax and he saw Eriksen, he says the best young player I've seen. 2-footed, unbelievable. We saw Ronaldo try a left-footed cross late in the game. It just went out of the, went off to Rose Z. Eriksen was pinging left-footed balls 50, 60 yards into feet, into space brilliantly. I think he's an outstanding player. Intelligence, plays at his pace, wisdom, IQ, composure. Like we say, for the foul which led to the Arsenal supposed goal, he put his body in the way. He's really intelligent there. For a guy like that who should be playing as number 10 high up the pitch to come in and play in a double pivot and a block with McTominay, it's like it gives you so much beautiful balance. We used to talk about partnerships like Vidic and Ferdinand, which were balanced. You know, Vidic was the hard ball who was going for anything, put his head in anywhere, and then Rio was the elegant guy. But now we've got a hard ball in McTominay who put his head in anywhere, who ruffle people's feathers, and you've got the elegance of Eriksen in there. And that's why Casemiro can't get sniffed in the team right now, because it's so great. We've seen this over the last few weeks. And if you watch the eye test, you know, this has been highlighted by Bath Time as well. This Eriksen is a fantastic player. It's a bit like Paul Scholes. I haven't felt this way about a player at Man United since Paul Scholes. He makes you tick. You know, it makes us tick as a side. When Paul Scholes used to get the ball, you knew something was going to happen because his composure, his passing, his intelligence, his way to pick things out was just unmatched. And Eriksen's coming to the side, playing a lot deeper now in his later years, and just orchestrating things. When he gets the ball out of his feet, he can just get his head up and boom. That's not the sound it makes, but I say boom. Like, you know, he gets like boom, boom. Ping! Ow! It's like Batman, Adam West, the Batman. Ow! Ping! Pow! Ting! Ting! It's like balls everywhere. I'm buzzing about him. And I just want to give a shout out to Malacia as well, because he was 4-0 down to Saka. He got beat a couple of times. I was thinking, oh dear, it's not looking good. But he kept at it. It's a good attitude, shows a lot of character. Kept at it and got back at him a few times. And I thought it was 4-4 at the end, the way Malacia got back at him. I really like his character. You know, he doesn't give up and he kept doing the same thing. And he's up against the best. It's a Premiership. You can't hate on a guy for getting beaten by some of the best sort of wide men in world football in this league. So, yeah, Malacia as well. McTominay was class. The defense was all class. The whole unit was class. And Sancho was okay. I thought he plays well. He does the right things. People think, oh, they expect him to be doing wonderful things all the time, like dribbling past people and sprinting and beating people in the foot race and all that kind of thing. He's a team player. And Antony as well come on and gave us that balance on the other side as well. So overall, I'm really delighted by what we saw, by the team, by Eriksen, and that's why I'm going on and on about Eriksen was outstanding. Go back and watch the game, watch every little detail of what he did, 90 minutes, and yeah, just sit back and just enjoy it. It's beautiful.
So, Omundi, what did you think of Eriksen?
I said one more point on Eriksen though, because I know we're thinking it as well. Like he's got to be given like extra plaudits for keeping up his fitness. especially after what he's been through. Because you know, I had my reservations about whether, you know, with the pacemaker and everything, whether he was going to actually get that much fitness to be that consistent. Because he started pretty much every game and it's lasted 90 minutes, you know, for every game, playing 2 games in a week. So for him to keep up the level as well, he doesn't look like he's really tired as well. Doesn't look really fatigued. He's done what he's needed to do in the moments that he's had the ball. So yeah, man, special props, man, to Eriksen.
Mr. B, can I do a small bit of humanitarian work, because I am conscious that there's 150 wonderful Man United fans in the chat, and if they could just take 30 minutes out of their day tomorrow to give some love to a berated Arsenal fan. The Army TV are going live at 12 p.m. with VAR and bad decision costs that cost Arsenal tomorrow. So please do take a moment out of your day to take a struggling Arsenal fan under your wing and give them 30 minutes to show your support in chat. This has been a public service announcement.
One more thing that made me smile today, lads, and I don't know if anybody's seen it. When Martinez got taken off from Maguire, did you see the way he walked off the pitch? It was like he owned the sideline. I own this place.
Yeah, that's
rolling down the sideline.
He's short, but he's got big presence. He's got big presence. There's a couple of newbies in the chat.
That was to show Maguire that, you know, this your place is mine now. That was that strut that he did there, just to show the dominance.
Oh, oh right, okay. He's laying down his marker. Yeah, couple of newbies in the chat. Umar, I did say if he said hi, we would say hi back. I see you, man. We've got a couple of more. Captain Kirk, obviously salty salmon there. We did see your message in there, big man. Mr. and Mrs. Talawas, I must say, here we go. Where is it? Where's it gone? Yep. I must say we are growing from strength to strength. Love what I witnessed, and it was real Premier League game for Man U. It's on the rise, trust me. There you go. Wow. Alexandra, I can't say that surname. I don't want to get it wrong. Eriksen has more goals from outside the box. Oh, is she? Okay. You know, my eyes are bad. Eriksen has more goals from outside the box, more chances created, and more assists than any other Premier League player during his last stint. Well, it's only going to benefit us as United fans at the moment, to be honest. Ashan, we see you as well. Imagine if the board had given Ten Hag all the players that he wanted. Give it time, lads. He'll do wonders here. Listen, we'll give him all the time that he needs. As I said, we've had 3 people. We've had 3 years. We've had a manager who's 3 years into his process, and he still can't come to Old Trafford and beat a newbie. So, you know, it's all progression.
One more comment here. One more comment here. It says from Tony Claude, Gunner TV. How you doing, man? I did appear on his show, fantastic show the other day, preview for the match, and he was boastful. And now he's come back with his tail between his legs, saying Omondi called it on my show, and he predicted the score as well. Respect, yes. Take a bow before your seniors here. Now, big up, everyone. Check out Tony Claude, Gunner TV, fantastic channel.
We have 2 more newbies just to shout out before we get to the wrap-up stage. ZBK is in the building saying, great win, rode our luck, but we'll take it. At least they're fighting for each other. And Chris underneath is saying, we even gave a chance to score when we brought Maguire back on and they still couldn't score.
Guys.
That's a good one there.
Guys, yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, the lovely couple, Mr. and Mrs. Talawa. Welcome, guys. Hope you subscribe. It's lovely to have you on here. We're international and we love our football club as much as you do. And there's lovely comments from you guys. Thank you so much.
So, guys, we've been here an hour. You know the lights are going to cut off on 60 minutes. It has been a truly beautiful weekend. I had my sofas delivered on time. I sat down. My team got hammered on a Saturday. No problem. But my team on Sunday won. I've got 5 happy family members sitting down here, plus all of the agenda rights out there. So, guys, thank you for watching. Eddie, before we go, where can we find you? Because we know where we can find everybody else.
Yeah, so I do YouTube as well. So you can find me if you type in Eddie's Football Waffle. Yeah, just thanks for having me on again. It's been good to really chew the fat on a great win. and I hope we keep going, man. And yeah, man, it's good times, good times. Everyone keep drinking it in, keep breathing in this win. Let's enjoy it for now. Let's keep going.
Paddock Pat, I know where we can find you. Omundi, I even know where your house is, bruv, so I definitely know where to find you. Rebel, we will see you tomorrow. Guys, we're on at 8:30. What day is it today? Sunday? We're on at 8:30 tomorrow.
Before
Andy
we do
Tate
go,
should be on. Yeah.
I think we always have to ask Monday to pronounce this surname. It's only fair.
Okay, so we want to say big up to our very own Vincent Bullock. I have to pause and say, but big up to Vincent Bullock. We love you, Vincent, and yeah, let's glory, Man United.
What is this? What is this salsa move business? What is this?
So look at the goal you scored that we scored. Mr. B done a little whiny like it was carnival stuff.
Oh Lord, did I?
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
a little one of these.
Oh,
It was like a Lombarda kind of move, you know.
I saw
didn't
this
see
earlier
that.
on.
I didn't see that. Can I get a reenactment, please?
It's trending
Not-
right now on the net.
Not
So
a,
yeah,
not a hope in hell. Because yeah. Okay, well, you know, I'm gonna have to I'll find it. I'm gonna find it and clip it anyway. But guys, look.
big
Mr.
big
B,
up
the
to
secret
ZBK as well. Another new face. Lovely to have you on the channel.
See,
I
and
really
this
hope
is
you
what
had
I
a
like.
lovely day enjoying this result as well, man.
Fantastic show. Love United, hate the Glazers. And this is what we keep saying. We will back the team 100%. We will still be happy when our team win, but like they did today on match day, they shut down the mega store. So things are working. Yeah, we won the game. They never made any money. We're all happy. Listen, guys, it's Sunday night. It's been an absolute pleasure. We have been the Man United agenda. Hopefully, we will see you, God willing, tomorrow. If not,
8:30.
there you go. 8:30. Guys, thank you for watching. We were the Man
Thanks,
United.
Mr.
We
B,
were
Rebel,
and are Man
Eddie,
United.
Pat. Big up, guys.
Big up, man.